Welcome to Profile Traders. This is Reza and you're listening to our market analysis for November the 6th. I stated yesterday that it was very critical that we would start to see a break to the upside because we already had a tremendous amount of a run-up and we are now starting to get into dangerous territories. If there is too much hesitation going on, obviously all the leg behind us with big profit in it from a daily chart, as you can see, they're gonna be very much so tempted to take profit off the table. But today we got a very nice break to the upside during the overnight and then an immediate rejection back into range. And when we opened and tried to go challenge the high of the overnight on a retest, we failed and we crossed back down. We went through the open. That's where we shorted it at 17 and a half, and I had two targets, 2012 and 2009, which by the way was for those who wanted to wait and go long off of that level. So we pretty much nailed the target and the low of the day, but I got the trade on the way down very early in the session during B period. Now this close at the very high of the day is of course very bullish, but again I would like to bring your attention to the fact that the more this move goes parabolic as it is without any volume backing it up, and the more dangerous and very overbought it is becoming. Therefore I am expecting dramatic move going on from here. We either going to see an absolute complete panic buying that will kick in by the fund managers that are left behind who are have not participated because of the scare we saw in October, or we are going to see a very sharp swift reversal because the nature of our pullback will be very swift due to the fact that we have gone up this swiftly, and on the top of it with very low volume backing this rally up. So now for our first level of support we are going to pick 2020. If we do break that, second level of support 2009 to 2009 to 2012. On the upside, no way one can tell because it's all brand new high, so you don't know. Nobody can tell. As for crude, yesterday I told you do not trust whatsoever what we witnessed yesterday, because based on everything that is going on, there is absolutely zero reason for crude to rally at this stage. You still have a very strong dollar, you still have excess inventory out there, you still have a lot of economy slowing down, and I can go on with another 7 or 8 points for you, but you get the point. The point is that every time there's these sharp rallies, and now the rallies are so pathetic that they are now rumors of ISIS blowing Saudi pipelines, this and that, but in reality you look at the pictures, they are blowing one little pipe here and there, it makes a little black smoke out of it, and they make a big news hoping that it would move the oil market on the upside. Now let me tell you another thing is that if this thing continues to drop, it is going to cause two major problems. Problem number one is that the mafiosi oil manufacturers, the mullahs, the Putins, the Saudis, the Venezuelans, and you name it, they are going to start to feel an extraordinary big pain. And usually what happens is that they start to create significant geopolitical problems in order to create a crisis that would help oil. That's one possibility that we are getting very close to it, because price is now starting to reach very concerning levels if you're an oil producer. Two, In the United States, it will cause massive problems with oil producers in the United States that are in the business of fracking, etc., 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 and it will slow down the sector that is one of the most vibrant sector in the United States, which is tremendously helping the economy. Then we will have to look at the balance of what will be lost in terms of businesses going under and having to shut doors and being out because of price being this low, and how much it will be injected back into the economy through the savings that will go into the pocket of the consumers. So soon, if this thing continues to come down, we will have problems to deal with. Just letting you know that it's not as rosy as, okay, gee, it is just coming down, thank you and goodbye, it's saving in my pocket and that's it. No. A lot of businesses and a lot of big money depends on this greasy product. So be ready for some rock and roll soon. News, events, geopolitical conflicts, something that will cause a good spike in price of oil. Because Mr. Putin is not going to sit down and take it to see his main export product being reduced and shredded to nothing. As for gold, yesterday I stated in order to achieve anything we need to exit 1150, 1153, and as long as we did not do that, this still in a stage of a very weak pause for further drop. Up on a drop below 1136 or 11, up on a drop below it's lovely when you need something and it doesn't work. For a break, we need to see 1136.8 breakdown, but I am warning you that it is very possible that we may see one sharp break below 1136.8, then a complete reversal, price would return back into 1136, it will trap late sellers, and then a good size push up and a rally to kick in on the other side. It is starting to get dirt cheap if you compare this asset to the rest of the garbage that is out there, all paper nonsense. From currencies that are paper nonsense to stocks that are paper nonsense. And what is the best thing to do if you are a criminal thief like billionaires? You create a condition where you can rob and steal the public at the cheapest price possible off of their physical assets such as gold, and on the other hand you shove them a whole bunch of useless, worthless paper in exchange. And this is exactly what we have. In one hand we have a destroyed physical gold market and a complete, huge, colossal asset bubbles in the casino paper market and in some paper toilet markets such as the US dollar. So this to me smells like fish. Fish. One should be psychotic and one should be demonic to be wanting to hold long-term short position in gold at these current prices while looking at how much of a bubble you have in other assets. So be very careful now from these levels with breakdowns. It seems to me that most of them will be traps that will gather some momentum briefly and then reverse and catch all these late sellers on the wrong side of the market. So now the bracket is between 1.36 to 1136 to 1150 to 53. Let's monitor which side break. I favor more a break to the upside than to the downside. But because I'm a human being, I could very well be totally wrong. As for the euro, last night I said we do break 1.2442. It may create a very nasty reaction to the downside. That's exactly what happened, because everybody that was going long in this multiple session rotation that was ranging from the 2 or the 3rd of this month got cut. And this break of the 2442 was nothing but a classic break out of consolidation, and now we are in a directional move down. And of course Draghi did not help the cause today. He was out there preaching about his QE, preaching about how they are going to start to do the same stuff that Ben Bernanke did and fail. Now the bright idea is that they are going to go do the same or follow the same failed policies of Ben Bernanke and now Jeanette here. So what can you do when the faith of your wealth and the faith of the currency that you hold is in your hand, is in the hand of a crazy man? Well, nothing you can do. You just have to obey by it and be punished. And now, for now, Europeans are being punished because their wealth is melting down as the day goes on. Now 1.2442 is our resistance. Nothing bullish shall happen until we return back above that level. And on the way down, I wish I could tell you where it will going to stop. No way to tell until, like a tennis ball that is in the air traveling, price travels until it hits the racket and then the ball stops traveling. This is exactly the same concept. You cannot call the end of a drop until it drops to a point where the ball hits the racket and you will know that you have finally found a floor. Until you do not see a swift bounce off of a price, this puppy is ill and this puppy is sick. It is going to go further down. As usual, thank you for listening. This was Reza with profiletraders.com. We teach and we trade on a daily basis market profile. If you're interested, check our website or look us on the internet. Have a great evening.